Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday. But it's raining out there and you can hardly hear me probably. Just let me know if you can. I'll have to shout to you. How are you all? How's everybody? How's it been the whole week for you? It's beautiful out there. I do like the rain. I mean, the flowers need it, but it's so lovely, isn't it? I mean, it's cleansing almost, isn't it? So I do like listening to the rain. Most people I know do as well. Oh, hi, Richard. It's lovely. You're the first person on here. So have you got your cuppa ready? And we can relax and chat about the subject today. So big Monday hug to you, Richard. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've had a good week. So today's Tea with Nan is all about trusting your spiritual knowing. And how many of us really do that? We work with logic, don't we? A lot of people think of what they know, the solution to something has to be logical. And a lot of people do that. They sort of think they were taught that really as children, aren't we? Oh, thank you, Richard. Hello to you. So we're taught as children, we're taught as adults to find solution all the time. Oh, it's your birthday today. Sorry, I didn't see that. Happy birthday, Richard. It's lovely that you're here on your birthday. I hope you're going to have a really lovely day, and it's really good. Oh, hi, Annie, you're here as well. Lovely to see you, darling. Monday hugs to you, sweetie. I hope you're okay and well and happy. And and today is all about trusting your spiritual knowing. Now, as I say, most of us, we work with logic because we know that if we find solution in a logical way, that is going to give us control over something, isn't it? And basically, we have to learn to trust our feelings. Oh, thank you, Annie. We have to trust not just our feelings, our spiritual knowing. You know, this is all in this area, this life journey you're on, this soul journey. So, oh, hi, Mary. It's lovely to see you too. Happy Monday to you. Monday hugs. I love Mondays, as you know, especially when it's raining. And get your welly boots on and go out. But basically, trusting your spiritual knowing is really important because we don't exercise that enough, do we? We're so busy with our lives, we tend to get very distracted from that stillness that we need to be in to find solution to problems or where we're going in life or anything really. We just need to have that balance of ourselves. So many of us, you know, we work on almost a routine. Everything's in order. I do it this way. I always do things this way. I always find solution in that logical order. But really, are we really doing ourselves justice? Because we need to get into our spiritual self. Because that part of us is always right. You know, this is a little bit different from a gut feeling. I did a Tea with Nan, Trusting Your Gut Feelings, on the 27th of the 6th, 21. So if you want to look at that on my website, this kind of links with it. But I'll show you the difference between the two. So going back to that Tea with Nan, Trusting Your Gut Feelings, that's on my website, www.nancyfinch.co.uk. And also, I've also got Nan Talks, Still Your Waters. I want you to have a look at that if you want to. And that's on the indigo area. That's this bit here. Okay, so if you click on that, on the Nan Talks, you'll find that that goes beautifully with what we're talking about today. So, yeah, going back to trusting your feelings, your gut feeling, the gut feeling that you have is usually an immediate thing. You know, it sort of brings you up to, it comes up to the surface of your mind very quickly. So your gut feeling will be almost an instant reaction to something. If you're lucky, you sort of feel that divine tool of yourself telling you that that's wrong or that's right, or I've got a gut feeling that it's more instant. It's more on the surface of your mind. It comes up very quickly. So that kind of serves us as well. I mean, gut feelings they're usually right. You have a gut feeling not to say yes to something or to say no to something else. Normally it's right if you listen to it. But the difference is your spiritual knowing is quite different. It's all about you trusting on a more sort of on a deeper level, connecting with your soul on a deeper level, trusting your spiritual knowing. So it's not easy when we've got chaotic lives and when we've got busy lives to find that space and time to do it, but it's necessary. And if we get into a kind of a routine of doing this, then we're going to find it really serves us. Hi, Annie. Happy Monday to you, my darling. Lovely to see you on here. Hope you've had a good week. So we're talking about spiritual knowing. So if you've missed some of this, you have to listen to it again. So the difference is we have to find a way, a time, a place, an opportunity, a routine to get into that spiritual place of ourselves. So Still Your Waters, I went on about that last week as well. It's a good exercise to free your mind, to calm your mind, to find peace in that moment. So you can tune in. Now, I know some people, and myself included, I do this on a regular basis. I tune in perhaps when there's a full moon or a new moon, because it's a reminder. Oh, here comes that full moon again. I'm going to tune into my spiritual self to find out solution or direction or some motivation to move forward in life. So you might be thinking, you might be having a question or two to yourself. Where am I going? What am I doing? Oh, Annie said her knee's healing well. Thank goodness for that. Well done. So where do you want to head in life? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to change your life? Sometimes we make those logical decisions and then we argue with those, don't we? Oh, hi Leo, lovely that you're here. Happy Monday, hugs to you. So it's good to actually be mindful, and to make plans, of course. But also just to double check, go into yourself. Find the opportunity. And as I say, on a full moon, how I would do it, or a new moon, is an opportunity to be still, be quiet, and find that space. It might be in your favourite room, it might be in the garden. I quite often go in the garden and do this. And I would just sort of almost meditate on the beauty of the garden and the flowers. And then I would just think, tune into myself, my own knowing, and I would think, what do I need to know about this decision, or where am I going, or, you know, do I feel comfortable on a spiritual level? Do I feel comfortable on the inside of me with where I'm going in life or what I'm doing? And my spiritual self will always tell me. It's like having a higher self, the best part of you, that just knows. And you don't know how you know, but you just do. You're spiritual. You use your spiritual knowing all the time. You use it when you're tuning into people. But when you want to tune into yourself, you get a really good result. And then you get more self-trust that comes from that. Because if you were to find the time or the opportunity, anyway, I mean, I know people are busy, but it might just be 5 minutes, just tuning in. Some people put a candle on and just focus on the candle and then think, right, I'm going to ask myself. And they shut their eyes and they go into themselves and they find out what the solution is. They allow that solution to come to the foreground of their mind. And so it's good to be disciplined in that sense, and allow yourself that time. Give yourself value so that you can, by doing this, because then you're really balanced, because you've got your logic and you've got your intuition, you've got your spiritual knowing, you're following your spiritual journey. It's going to be a much easier journey, isn't it? So, and that's what I do. And for years and years, I just didn't do it. I didn't know about it. I didn't know that was important. But when you start to listen to your knowing, you're kind of working with blind faith. And when you're working with that and then you see it manifest in some reward, you think, wow, I must do that again. My spiritual self is quite wise. And you'll start to trust that part of you a lot more. Your awareness is increased on that as well. You know, you just have to find that space and time to do it. Where is it going to be? Is it going to be in the garden? Is it going to be in a little room of your own? Where is it going to be? It could be anywhere. It could even be the bathroom if you want. But as long as you have that mindful intention to still your mind, to release yourself from the chaos and the noise around you, and to go inside yourself and find that answer. As I say, it's not a gut reaction, although that does go with it. It's a knowing that you just trust. And the more you tune into that, as I say, the better and easier it gets. And then you have more evidence, and then you're rolling, really, aren't you? And you'll just want to do it. So you can hook it into once a week, maybe, on a certain day, on a full moon. I think it's important to have some discipline around it, because then you won't forget. Because you might try this once and go, well, actually, I just feel I'm just going to go with that knowing. I'm just going to go with that on this occasion. And it works. And then you forget about it. And a lot of my clients, they do forget about it unless they hook it into something that they're doing and they're of a routine, really. So try and find space and time to do this, because it's so important. When you do, you're helping your chakra energy, because you can't really, if you're going quiet and you're listening and you set the intention to listen to that part of you, you're going to help to stimulate the third eye area. When that's stimulated, it moves out, it opens, it can breathe, if you like, on an energy level. And when it does that, you're naturally going to trust yourself more. That's a nice feeling. And of course, on a physical level, everything in that area will be more relaxed, because it'll be wanting to work. I mean, I used to have sinus problems all the time and all sorts of things, you know, watery eyes and all sorts of things going on in this area. And now I don't. And it's all because I try to keep that open. I intend to keep that open. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up, guys. So there are ways to do it. And you might feel, well, what's the point? I know that logic works. But when you start to go into yourself and listen to your knowing, and give it some time, if it doesn't happen straight away, just allow that stillness and just meditate almost on your breath and listen to that stillness, listen to that knowing that comes to the surface, and then you can take some action, and then you'll have more trust and more reward. So how I like to think of it is you become aware of a feeling, something that's heavy in your heart or your head, and you're aware of that feeling. You think, what can I do to make that better? You might be aware that you're tense or you're angry or you're sad. Okay, what can you do about that? What can you do about a situation that's made you feel that way? So you become aware. It's like holding something up. There's that feeling. How do I feel about that? Okay, logically I feel ABC. And so you're aware. Now let's set the intention to connect to our spiritual knowing, ourselves on a deeper level, on our soul level. So now we're going to set the intention. Even though we've got the logic understanding, we're going to set the intention of tuning in and listening to our inner selves, okay? Our knowing. And then, once you've done that, and you do get something that comes up to the surface and you think, oh, this is how I feel. This feels right. So it's tuning in and listening. And when it feels right, then you can take action. Action is necessary. Because you can have that feeling and you know what to do with it, but you do have to make some energy towards some change, don't you? So it might just be, okay, I've got an idea that would work for me, or this would work for me. And even if you can't do that right now, some people say, well, I know what I want, but I can't get it. Well, just set the intention that is something you desire and that you deserve. And maybe use the energy of the full moon. when you think about that, think, well, I deserve this. Maybe write a list of everything you want, that you know, that you're listening to your knowing, that you know you want, that you know is good for you, is the right answer for you on a soul level. And you can just then look at the candle, if you like the candle for the full moon, look up to the moon, go for a walk, and just intend for that to happen. Because thoughts have energy. They are energy. And every thought is going out and coming back to you by the law of attraction. If you could just direct your thoughts into a positive place, you're physically going to feel better, you're emotionally going to feel better, and of course you're changing the synapses in your mind. You're becoming more positive pathways of being formed. So if you could do that plus the law of attraction, you're saving yourself from imbalance emotionally, physically. You're making sure, or trying to make sure, all these energies are flowing. If you're in a calm place, you can't be worried, you can't be stressed. These areas will flourish. So stilling your mind, give that an opportunity, whatever it takes to do that. It might be breathing, it might be walking somewhere. You can do this when you're going for a walk and just connect to your knowing. But you have to listen. And listening is everything. Because as I say, there's so much chaos and everything going on around us, we don't usually get that opportunity to stop and think of nothing and just listen into ourselves. So I hope that you can do this, people, because honestly, one of the greatest things, I do it if it's important. If I have something really important, or once a month, I just think, what am I doing with this, or work, or whatever? And what does it feel like? Does it feel good? Yes, logically, ABC, that's working well. But what about my direction? Maybe 5 years' time. Well, I want to trust my knowing on which area to go for. You'll be surprised. You know everything, but you just don't know you know it. And it's in your mind. It's in your soul. And we've got to give ourselves a chance to follow our soul journey. Not resist it. For years and years, I resisted my soul journey. I kept thinking, no, I'm not doing this. I can't do that. And, eventually you lead yourself to it. Eventually, maybe years later, but maybe another lifetime. But you actually need to embrace the fact that if you didn't do it, that's all about gifts of self-judgment on yourself, or fear or worry. Be kind to yourself if you haven't done it up to now. I had to learn to do that too. And release self-judgment about not being spiritual, about not really listening, and avoiding everything I knew in my heart, my head, my soul to do. Those decisions I avoided because I knew but didn't have the confidence to follow that through and make an action to change it. So I would suggest that perhaps just work on that. Give yourself that confidence. Tell yourself you can. I change every can I to I can. And you can just fool your mind and encourage yourself. Just comfort yourself with a feeling of support. for every change you have to make. So don't be afraid of knowing, because some people are afraid if they know their feelings, they know what they need to do, but have they got the confidence or the courage or the strength to do it? Tell yourself you have. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you can do this. So it may be little things you change, it may be bigger things, but you've never made a mistake, you know. People think, well, I haven't done that then, and I should have done that, and I should have listened to my knowing, I should have listened to what I really felt inside. But you've never made a mistake. If you think of the rain going down the window pane, and I've said this before in one of my talks or two, but you look at the rain going down the window, and you see the water comes down, and then it might go to one side, or it might dart to this side. It zigzags all the way down the window pane, and you never know which direction it's going to go in, but it always ends up at the bottom, where it should be. So now we've got the analogy of the rain going in different directions at different times, unpredictable. We can attune that to ourselves. We can think, okay, I've taken different turns in life. I've gone here when I really should have gone here, but it's never been a mistake because it's just a different experience. There you are here, now you're having another experience here. They all teach us something, and we all end up where our soul journey is leading us. So just like the rain going down to the ground on the window. So basically, just know that every decision you've made has been right for the time you've made it. But right now, you have a choice. Right now, in this minute, right now, do I trust just what I know on a logical level, or am I going to also tune in to my spiritual knowing? Because that way you've got balance. And if they disagree, well then go with your spirit, because your spirit's going to be right, your gut feeling. If it comes up quickly, that's lovely. If it doesn't and you're not aware of gut feelings, or you ignore them, spend more time mindfully going in to yourself. You know, like I say, still your waters is a good one. Just be still. Be calm, take a breath, and relax into yourself to do it. Now, I'm a really happy, bubbly person, but I have to have that discipline to be still and go into where I need to be, to understand where I'm going and to know it's the right decision, or just to see how I feel on a spiritual level. So I would love for all of you to try this, to play with this. When you do, it could be a problem you have, something you want an answer to, a current situation that you need some change in. Just think about, is there anything that I need to find out, you know, how to change, how to go in different directions, how to attune, how to listen to myself and take what I feel I deserve in life and make those changes. So even if you don't know what they are, just tune in, find out. Talk to your spirit if you like. Is there anything I need to be aware of to change in myself or my situation? And you'll be surprised, your own knowing will come to the surface and you will know. You will just feel more comfortable. And I hope that you can do this, because it's something I recommend. It really does make you feel better, and it's all about intention, and thoughts are energy. So let's place them where you want them, but to understand what you need on a soul level is really important. And we've got a full moon tomorrow. So that would be lovely if you want to listen to my meditation. I've recently put on Facebook. It'll be on my website soon, probably today or tomorrow, certainly on YouTube anyway. So my meditation's called Children of the Light, and it's all about spiritual children. And that's really lovely. I thought it went really well with today. So if you want to listen to that, like it, share it, let other people listen to it. It's really nice. These spiritual children help you to be more yourself, help you to trust your own knowing. So that's all about intuition. And as I say, crystal children, really, I call them crystal children. There's a lot of beautiful children in the world that are very spiritual, that naturally listen to their own spiritual knowing. Even little children, they do. They sort of just know, and they're helping us to evolve, and on a planetary level, but because collective consciousness is involved. The more you tune in and you know yourself, and you can create peace and happiness and, you know, positivity, you become everything you're supposed to be. And if you're happy and you're achieved and you're you, and you're shining your bright light, then you're helping the whole world. Collective consciousness will feel it. So that's positive, positive energy. So, well, there you go. I think I've talked about everything. If anyone wants to ask me anything about this, go to my website, have a look at, you can comment there, or you can go to my email, nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, and if you want to talk to me, you can do that. And also, as I say, enjoy the other meditations on my website and my other Nan talks and Tea with Nans. They're different. Tea with Nans are informal, pointing you towards some exercises, and the Nan talks are just the exercises. Hi Karen, it's lovely you're here. I think you've missed some of this, but happy Monday, hugs to you, darling, and I hope you can listen to it again. So going back, recapping, be aware of something you'd like to change or some feeling you've got and you want to know more about. You need to have a solution, an answer. Go into yourself, set the intention, be still and listen. And just listen, and if it doesn't happen at first, keep trying, it works. Listen to your own knowing what to do about that situation, okay? And then take action, even if it's just making a wish to the full moon. It's a lovely idea to do once a month at least. Oh, what's that? Karen say, always late to the party, we'll catch up after. Oh, it's lovely. It's really nice that you're here though, Karen. It's never too late. It's lovely. I hope you can make a wish on the full moon. But find out what you want and just set the intention, let it go and see what happens. And I really like the fact you're going to learn to trust yourself. The more you get some positive results from this, you know, you feel better, the situation resolves, you know in your heart, your head, your soul knows it's made the right decision. And that's given you a nice feeling of safety and trust. And that has a wonderful effect on your body. So, I think that's me done today. I hope you have a lovely week, everybody, and that you can play with this idea, especially if you can hook it into something you do every month or once a week or every day if you like. But as I say, I always do it, especially when it's full moon or new moon, because it seems to be a good time to remind me, just in case I've forgotten with the chaos of life, to tune in to find out if my soul is okay. Do I want to move in any other direction? Okay? Always work. Oh, she's just saying she's working. Oh, bless you. But at least you're tuning in now. Brilliant. I mean, it doesn't matter if you've missed it. You can listen to it again. And I'm sending you all Monday hugs. Lots of energy towards you. So I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely week. Play with this. See how you get on. Maybe do it for tomorrow's full moon. Listen to my Children of the Light meditation. It's on Facebook and YouTube. And so have a lovely, lovely week. And I shall see you next Monday for another Tea with Nan on here. I'm not doing it on, I'm going to put this on YouTube, but I'm not actually going to transfer to that platform. I'm going to stay here with Facebook because I've got so many people that prefer this platform. So I shall see you on Facebook and next Monday at 12 o'clock. So give yourself a big hug from me, everybody. Have a wonderful week and keep your emotional balloon high. You need to be happy and you need to find ways to get you there. So listen to as many other things on my site as you want to get you there, okay? Oh, thank you, Annie. I love you too. It's so lovely, all those lovely cuddles. Thank you. Lots of love to all of you. See you next week. Stay happy, stay well. Take care. Bye.